Once, there was a man who went for an early morning walk along the riverbank. The sky was still dark, and the air was cool and calm. As he walked, he stumbled upon a bag lying on the ground. Curious, he picked it up and looked inside. To his surprise, the bag was full of stones. With nothing else to do, he sat by the river and began throwing the stones into the water, one by one. Each time, the stone would make a small splash and sink. He continued throwing them, passing time, without giving much thought to what he was doing. After a while, he reached for the last stone in the bag. Just as he was about to throw it into the river, the sun started to rise. The golden light spread across the sky, and he glanced at the stone in his hand. Suddenly, he stopped himself. He was shocked. It wasn't just a stone, but a precious jewel, sparkling brightly in the sunlight. He stared at it in disbelief and realized what he had done. All this time, he had been throwing away priceless jewels, thinking they were just ordinary stones. Overwhelmed with regret, he began to cry, deeply saddened by his mistake. He cursed the darkness that had hidden the jewel's true value from him and grieved over his loss. As he sat there in despair, a monk happened to pass by. Seeing the man so upset, the monk walked over and asked kindly, "What's troubling you, my friend? Why are you crying?" The man, still shaken, told the monk his story, explaining how he had unknowingly thrown away the precious jewels, mistaking them for mere stones. The monk listened quietly and then said, "Do not be sad, my friend. Instead, consider yourself lucky that the sun rose before you threw away the last jewel. This one jewel can still change your life. Instead of mourning what you have lost, be grateful for what you still have. This single jewel is enough to bring great blessings to your life." The man listened to the monk's words, and slowly, his sadness began to lift. He realized the truth in what the monk said. Filled with new hope and gratitude, he thanked the monk and went home, holding the precious jewel close to him, a smile finally appearing on his face. In life, we often overlook the precious things we have, because we're too focused on what we've lost. This story reminds us to stop dwelling on what's missing and to appreciate the blessings we already have. Every day, we encounter countless opportunities and choices, but we may dismiss them as unimportant or ordinary. We spend so much time worrying about our problems, comparing ourselves to others, or regretting our past mistakes that we fail to see the good things still in front of us. This story encourages us to shift our focus and be more aware of the present moment. Just like the man who thought he had lost everything, we too may discover that what we have left can be far more valuable than we ever imagined. The first lesson this story teaches us is the power of gratitude. When the man was crying over the lost jewels, he was trapped in regret and sorrow. But when the monk helped him see the value of the jewel he still had, he found hope and happiness again. In our lives, practicing gratitude helps us see the good in our situations. Focusing on what we have, instead of what we've lost, brings contentment and gives us the strength to move forward. The second lesson is that every challenge we face gives us valuable experience. These experiences, no matter how difficult, can guide us to achieve more in the future than we ever thought possible. By learning from our past mistakes and applying those lessons, we can create a brighter future for ourselves. The third lesson is the importance of being aware and alert. Acting without awareness can lead to loss and regret, just as the man threw away the jewels in the darkness. By staying mindful, we can avoid mistakes and recognize the opportunities that life presents. Life is full of hidden treasures, waiting to be found. Don't let the darkness of regret block the light of what you already have. Embrace the present, learn from the past, and move forward with gratitude and awareness. Each moment is a chance for a new beginning, filled with untold potential. Cherish it, and you'll discover that the greatest jewels in life are often the ones you already hold.